how's it going, everybody? It's Robin here from AriesFireTarot. I'm just going to do a daily mini reading for you guys. Just a general reading for all signs. Anybody who's been guided to this video, this is for you. Some or all of it might resonate with you. If you do want a personalized reading, I do take clients, so you could just email me at ariesfiretarot@gmail.com and make a request if you wanted to do like a personalized one-on-one reading that's for you, not for everyone in the world. So I've been shuffling for quite a few minutes off camera because sometimes I tend to shuffle for quite a while. And I'm just about ready to start pulling cards for the reading. Oh, and one card wants to be read right now. So this card is the Sun. And this card is about strength and power. You can see basically the whole universe, well, our universe is represented in this card, and then every sign of the astrology is represented here too. And the way that the Sun is depicted in this card is also the way that the Sun is pictured on the back of the Gilded Tarot card. So I'll put that down. No. Sorry, sometimes the cards just, they talk to me, so I'm not ignoring you, I'm just listening. Wow, like this card is coming up in so many readings, it's just weird. No matter how well I shuffle the deck, this card keeps coming out in so many readings. This is about really fast moving energy right now, and something coming in very quickly. And the Knight is somebody that's usually, like the Knight of Swords anyway, is somebody that's like dryly sarcastic and witty and sort of a brooding, pensive person. That's interesting. Two of Swords. Two of Swords is about having a decision to make and not being able to make it. Just not even looking at it, really. Just with a blindfold on and just sort of, oh, well, you know, maybe it'll all sort itself out. But meanwhile, there's an action required from you. So the next card is the King of Swords. The King of Swords is somebody that is like a highly analytical person. They tend to assess everything before taking any sort of action. A high-functioning person. And you can see right there on the throne, the Sun is represented here. So that's not lost on me. So it's stuff like that that connects one card to another, and I pulled the Sun and then 3 consecutive sword cards. So the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups represents, it's basically multiple choices in your vortex and not really being able to decide on one particular one. It could be, I'm having a wrinkle situation over here. It could be like even representing greed in some people. I'm just moving the cards up. Or just having so many choices, not being able to decide. Not being able to decide. Okay. So we have another king here. So the King of Pentacles, this represents a self-made person. This person has been through a lot, and they're like king of the castle for a reason, and they're generally king of the castle that they built themselves. You can see that there's a enormous pentacle making up this king's throne. So not only is he sitting on top of the world, he built the world that he's sitting on top of. It would also be like because he's been through so much to get where he is, he'd probably be like a real generous person with all the way around, with every asset that he has, like finance, his heart, his time, just like a really, really good guy. But probably fabulously wealthy as well. So, I mean, if he's single, yo. So I have here the Eight of Swords, which is sort of an amplification of the Two of Swords, which this card happens to be falling right underneath. So we have somebody here not being able to make a decision, and then the Eight of Swords is somebody that is like trapped by their thoughts. They're trapped in an indecision, really just a prisoner of their own thoughts right now. And if you've been watching any sort of tarot, you can see that Eight of Swords can escalate into Nine of Swords, which is, I don't even know what my dog's doing right now. Hi, Tweety. She might come and say hello. There she is. Say hi. Say hi to everybody. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Go sit down for now, sweetie, okay? Sorry. Yeah, she's ignoring me, so go sit down. Okay, so one more card that's going to come out here for this reading is the Five of Cups. So the Five of Cups represents somebody that they're awfully busy mourning a past situation, and I'm not really sure what that situation would be, but it could be anything, any sort of loss. You can see this person that they're obviously like holding their head in their hands, and you know, they're feeling sorry about whatever happened here with the spilt cups. But if they turned around a little bit, they might be able to see that there's full cups behind them. So, you know, if you broke up, if somebody like you, the person watching this, went through a breakup, it's not the end of the world. It probably feels like it, but there is somebody out there sort of waiting for you. But if you spend too much time sort of looking at that closed door, the open door is also going to close for you. So, and it could, like anything, any situation of loss or perceived loss, like you lost a job, well, there's probably another one out there for you. You know, if you lost $5, you might find $5, you know, that kind of thing. So I think, well, it's important to like feel your losses. It's also important not to kind of wallow in them to the point of missing what's going on around you. So I think we have some pretty interesting cards here. And 4 of 8 of these cards are swords. And swords represent like sort of being in your head, you know, like wrapped up in your own thoughts, not being able to decide something. You're sort of analyzing the people and the things around you. And you might be called upon to make a quick decision. So it looks like somebody is stuck a little bit in their own head, but what I want to do is I want to put this deck down and put you guys on a pause so I can like receive some messages. So I can just listen to the cards. So I'll be right back for you guys. Yeah, momentito. Okay. Hey, I'm back. So let me show you guys the cards here. If you can get you a good shot of the cards. So we've got the sun here. And the sun is, you know, when the sun shines upon you, I mean, that's when things grow, right? So that's a really positive card here. It's like an auspicious card that the things that you're going to do will be very successful. So I'm just going to look at the two like kitty corner cards here. So kind of in sulk mode though. And the universe is saying you need to get out of your little rut there. You know, I mean, things are tragic and whatever, but if there's still life in you, then live your life. You know, it's okay to recover and move on from things, right? And you've got the sun, which is like really the most powerful thing in our universe. I mean, it gives life to everything. And then I just want to go the other way. So you've got the King of Swords, and it's like he's looking all the way through these cards over to all of these options, right? So you've got the King of Swords, and he's sort of analyzing what to do next. Oh boy. Okay. All right. A little bark pause there. So you've got this king sort of like sitting on his throne, and I think he's been sidelined by the Five of Cups, which is your downturn of whatever circumstances that I think it's just time to move on, whatever it was. And like, I'm not one to sit here and judge your pain or whatever, but I mean, sometimes we sit in it too long, and that's not healthy for anybody, which is shown here in the Eight of Swords, right? I mean, we're looking at our spilt cups, and we've made a prison. Why am I saying we? I'm not a nurse. You know, you've made a prison out of your own thoughts, right? So, but then I mean, you've got the King of Pentacles here, who is a self-made, like, and I'm seeing self-made millionaire, like somebody that is really well off, like, and they're abundant. Everything they do because of their positive thinking. And they're actually capable of pulling in everything they want. But like, and I'm going to give you back the cards. Like, if you look from the right through to the left, you're going to see that there's a progression here. Somebody's like sitting and analyzing a situation that's lost, right? And then I think this person here, you, is just trying to decide what to do next. But you're still like sort of You're wallowing. That's all I can see. Like, you're just so grief-stricken that you've put yourself in this unnecessary prison. It's okay to, like, have your feelings about whatever happened, and I don't want to look into this because that's your business. Like, whatever you're feeling, sort of, and I got the phrase self-pity, but I think that's a little harsh. There's just such a sadness here, you know, and it's keeping you here, and you're sort of stuck with the Two of Swords. Like, you're just, you know, I can't move forward. But then you also have this King of Swords energy, and this guy is sitting on his throne, and it's powered by the sun. And then you've got the sun over here, which is shining down and giving life to everything here. Like everything is circling the sun. Like, it's shining down on humanity, represented by the signs of the astrology. Sorry, it's time for my daily mini reading belch. So I think that this person that has their back sort of turned to all of this, maybe not even really aware that this sadness is keeping them in this prison. As it's manufactured by the self-talk. Like, this is the negative self-talk. I'm seeing guilt here too. But if you were to make the decision that you would like to take the next step, that you know, it's there for you, and instead of having some of your cups knocked over, look at this. Look at this, like, wild abundance, right? I mean, everything is there for you. Everything, with the cups just overflowing, and like this calm water, and like a rainbow, and we've got some cash here, and, you know, a dove, which I'm seeing is representative of love, and just flaming hot ambition. It's there. So, I mean, you basically have to rip off the Band-Aid that you got over your eyes here, you know, and you got it in 2 cards. You know, you put yourself behind a mask, pretty much, so that you could mourn in peace. But it's not getting you anywhere, you know. So I actually think this is your energy, where it's time to make a decision to just carry on. Oops. And then once you get from this energy here, where you're like still thinking, you're just thinking and you're trapped. If you make that decision, then this person come out. This person that is on top of the world. They built their own world. You know, and they're driven and prosperous. All of this can come in. Instead of, I'm going to say wallow again. You could just be on top of the world with everything under the sun. Basically, like, handed to you on a plate. Like, you know, the world wants to give this to you. But it's your decision to make. So, anyway, so, I mean, yeah, for people go through shitty times, you know, I mean, preach, right? But, and getting over something doesn't mean that you have to forget about it. I mean, I know some people, like, they lose a spouse, you know, and that's no joke, right? You lose your parents. I really think this is sort of tied to that. I don't think it's a job loss or a breakup. I think it's losing somebody quite dear, right? But, I mean, and I can give you all the, like, blah, blah, blah about people not really ever leaving you. And if you're any, like, tiny bit spiritual, you probably feel people after they've passed away. I do. But you still feel the loss of their physical presence, and that's okay. So I just think that, you know, you're allowed to move on. You're allowed to move on from whatever situation, whether it's a divorce or you got fired or, you know, somebody's departed. It's okay to mourn people, really, but, you know, this isn't, it's not a prison sentence either. You know what I mean? It's okay to sort of still have ambition, and it's okay to rebuild your world. It's okay to have this high energy of the Knight of Swords and to charge forward with your life. I mean, if people love you in life, they're going to love you in death. And I don't know why I'm stuck on that, but I just am. I'm just seeing like a pretty heavy loss here, whatever it is. But I do keep getting like departed, you know, and like personally, I lost to like both of my grandmothers this year, you know, and that was hard, but I feel one of them quite strongly with me every time I sit down to do a reading, and that's mostly because she's like a busybody. And the other one, I mean, she's sitting here with me. I got her salt and pepper shakers, and they sit with me every reading I do. So, like, both my grandmothers are here, and they are reading these cards too. But enough about me. So, I mean, my point was, you know, it's awful, but it's okay to carry on because people are still with you, whether you can feel them or not, and they want you to be happy. You know, they don't want you to mourn for the rest of time, because that's just not what we're here to do. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so I've just got the King of Swords, like looking down, analyzing what's in the future. And it's okay to go for it because it's here for you. You literally have everything under the sun waiting for you on the other side of your grief. And Spirit, goosebumps, woo, Spirit wants you to know that if you are watching this and you have had a loved one pass away recently, they're fine. Okay? That was a really strong message I just got, you guys. I'm going to say this again, just in case you didn't believe me the first time. Spirit wants you to know that if you've had somebody pass away, even like a pet even, they're fine. They are. So it's okay to decide to move on and charge forward, because they're going to help you. Because you are the product, my dear, of 1,000 loves. So just remember that. Just remember that. You know, you can pray for them and they'll hear you and they will bless you. So, yeah, I hope this helped somebody out there. It's okay to continue living your life no matter what sort of crap you've been through. So just pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and carry on. I'm going to show you everything that you're capable of getting, of bringing into your world by yourself. This is you sitting on this enormous pentacle, which represents abundance. And the way that these kings are, I need to show you guys this. Look at them looking at each other. There's a real connection there. So it's like this is you now speaking to your future self. And your future self is like, I know, come and get it. So go and get it. All right, you guys. I hope that helped. I'm going to wrap this up right away because I do get the sense that La Chienne is going to go on a bark fest. So, yeah. Oh, okay, here she goes. Okay, so everybody, gotta go. Bye, love you. Bye, 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 bye.